An employee at a jail in New Orleans now facing criminal charges for helping 10 inmates escape.
Yeah, so this is a scary situation for those living in the New Orleans area as 5 inmates still remain at large right now. This was a massive prison break, and answers are being demanded as to how this could have happened. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Mattera tracking the latest developments for us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Charlotte. So this arrest confirms what investigators suspected from the very beginning, that this was, in fact, an inside job. And now we're starting to get a clearer pictures of what exactly took place during this jailbreak. Authorities say that 33-year-old Sterling Williams, a maintenance worker, shut off the water in the cell, allowing inmates to remove a toilet, saw through steel bars, and then crawl through a hole in the wall. But here's the wrinkle. According to the arrest warrant affidavit obtained by Newsmax, Williams claims he was threatened by one of the fugitives told he'd get shanked if he didn't help with the escape. Investigators say, however, that Williams didn't notify jail officials of the plans and didn't even come forward after the fact. So far, 3 jail employees have been suspended, and law enforcement isn't ruling out more arrests. Now, Governor Jeff Landry, he's blasting the jailbreak as a case study in progressive failure, calling it the direct result of coddling criminals instead of protecting communities. Take a listen.
The irony of the progressive promises that have been made to the city is clear. New Orleans handed the jail keys to those who vowed to keep criminals out of jail. And sadly, today, we show that it worked. I hope that everyone understands that the video of those prisoners escaping epitomizes a progressive criminal justice system.
Governor Landry may be onto something. Sheriff Susan Hudson, who runs the Orleans Parish Jail, has been more focused on progressive pet projects than basic public safety. The Louisiana Attorney General, for instance, says she refuses to cooperate with ICE on criminal detainers. And after getting elected, Hudson announced plans to house inmates based on how they felt about their gender identity and not according to their biological sex. So, Mark Scheller, now Hudson is facing tough questions from the city council. They want to know how she let 10 inmates break free, and more importantly, why it took hours for her office to notify the public that dangerous criminals were on the loose. 5 are still at large, and some of whom were locked up on murder charges.
Yeah, Jason, I mean, there's a $20,000 reward for tips that lead to the capture of each of these escaped inmates. I mean, but do you expect the sheriff to take any additional accountability?
I don't know. What do you think, Mark? She says she's going to take full responsibility and accountability for the failure. But the reality is she's not resigning. She's not stepping down. She says she's going to pause her reelection campaign, campaign temporarily. So it looks like if voters genuinely want accountability, they're going to have to give her the boot later in the year.
Yeah, I don't see the people of New Orleans re-electing her, considering there's still 5 men at large roaming the streets of New Orleans.
This is not shoplifting.
Yeah, Jason, thank you.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.